Good evening, Sim World. Welcome to the Liberty Grounds. Here in University City, Pennsylvania, we have the Ill-a-delphia Elite at home in their new facility, taking on Gotham 5 up the road in New York City. Team's getting set to tip off now. You have E-Lava joined tonight in coverage by B-Ron, and we are underway, B.
We sure are, E. Always good to be here with you calling games. We got two for y'all tonight here on Sim World TV. It's going to be a good night of basketball here. We got a really good game here on our hands.
Would imagine so. So as we get underway, Billy controls the tap, gets a three up, can't get it to go, and B5 in their arc. What would you kind of call that? Purple? Blue?
It looks purple to me.
Coat uniform? What is that color?
It looks purple to me. I would say purple and black.
Kind of like a Chicago Bears way. Yeah, I can see that. But scoreless here. Well, hey, before anybody gets on the board, B-Ron, you got this game. I always look forward to the prediction. Let's get it while everything's still at stake.
Look, man, I've been struggling lately, as y'all know, but that's not going to be picking games. I'm taking Gotham 5 in this one. I believe this is one of my first actual away team picks.
Well, G5 has looked pretty good on defense. First couple possessions, forced up a long three there. Wouldn't go. Here's a clean look from deep, but that won't go either. Nobody can get on the board here. Oh, nice feed. The finish isn't there. Second chance will go. Orland Mock the third. 6'2". Gets his points down the paint. Gets the first points ever here in the Liberty Grounds. A meaningful game.
Only took about 1.5 minutes to get it, but it's fine. 2.5 minutes.
Well, defense.
Better no points to it all.
Defense on tap here, and another steal. No, it is going to stay this way. We got a quick break of the action. We're going to come right back here. Thanks for staying with us through that quick break. Ill-a-delphia Elite with the lead and the ball, looking to inbound here, and they do. Orland Mock the third, the only player to and pay dirt so far.
That's good defense, though, from both sides to begin the game, but there have been some missed open shots for both sides as well to start. Maybe a sign of things to come. It could be a cold night offensively.
And G5 still looking to get on the board. They were blowout winners in their opening game, 82-62 over Beasts of the East. Nice move inside, and the finish is there. Mackenzie Mbako, heralded 6'9" wing player going to Duke.
Yeah, it's him, DJ Wagner, Mikey Williams. Those three are some of the bigger names entering Sim World Hoops this season.
Oh, nice drive, but the finish won't go.
Oh, no.
If there's such a thing as a spectacular miss, that might have been it right there. Oh, and look at that block on the defensive end. Marcus Lofton.
And, we saw a lot of that from him last year. It's good to see him back and doing more of that again.
Wow. Now, Lofton, 6'9".
Wow. What a shot.
Nice bucket there. Sire Matthews, one of the Matthews cousins. New family connections. Oh, and a steal. Great play there from Sire. Hacks the hoop. Up comes over for Mock, but it's a little too late. And foul on him. We're going to go to the line, but first we're going to get a quick break, 4:30 when we return. well, we're back after the break. And Sire Matthews going to the line here. Matthews, 6'1", 57th? No. Yes, 57th ranked player in the class. This is his free throw there. He had a nice opening game, well-rounded, 10 points, 4 assists, and a steal. 3 boards as well. And that first win over Beasts. Looking to... Can't get the second to go either, however.
There's a lot
just
of
a low-scoring affair here, B-Ron.
Absolutely, yeah. I was gonna say there's a lot of family in this game. Vin Diesel will be proud. We have the Matthews cousins, Sire and Majir, and
Sire and Hakeem.
Sire and Hakeem.
Oh!
Sorry.
And on this end, Marcus Lofton, known as a defensive force, but
oh yeah,
throws it down there. But yes, no, Hakeem himself, a big fella, 6'8", 235. He and Sire, 2 good gets, but they're not the only 2 for this G5 roster.
Oh, there is Hakeem, there is Majir and Mugen Williams as well. Williams brothers. And then on the Ill-a-delphia side, we have Darian Kingy Cross, the younger brother of Cooper Kingy Cross. That is a great block right there.
Fantastic block on that end.
Well, give me that.
Oh, it's returned with a steal. Oh, but another block. Folks, if you like defense, you are glad you tuned in tonight. These 2 teams, points coming in a premium. But there, a soft 2 from Aaron Lovejoy. 6'11", 200-pounder, and real skilled player. Sweet jumper there. And, you know, in the opening game for them, he had 12 points and 6 rebounds. You expect that from a big man. Led the team with 6 assists as well.
Yeah, and, you know, that goes to show you that, you know, the big man is much different nowadays than what it once was. When you have that kind of court vision like that to get 6 assists of your own, that helps so much.
Some subs in the game. Lovejoy staying out there, but Hakeem Matthews entering. So is Keon Anthony, son of Carmelo. He is out on the court there now, number 7 in the purple uniforms.
And he's looked pretty good in the last game that they had against Beast of the East there.
Well, he didn't look great on that first possession, getting scored over, B-Ron.
Hey, man, you know what? It's early in the game. It's fine. He'll get his figured out, I'm sure.
Oh, once more, just a cultured move from Aaron Lovejoy. You know, he knows. I know he enjoys acting. Looks like he's maybe been getting some dance moves down as well. Really nice footwork. Get an easy look at a bucket. There's not such a good look, and it doesn't go, but a second chance up and in. Well, Marcus Lofton. I'm sorry, that wasn't Lofton. Excuse me. Alika Matson. Alika Matson now in the game.
Alika at the line, shooting 1 more.
He hasn't played a lot, actually, for Ill-a-delphia. 0-2 coming into this one. Both their losses were close, but he's only averaged 5.5 minutes in those 2 games, but converts. Big 3-point play right there.
And in those 5.5 minutes, 1 point.
Yeah, well, got a few more than that now. Oh,
absolutely.
Somebody forgot about Aaron Lovejoy, and I don't know how you can do that. That's too easy of a look for the big man there.
Yeah, gotta figure out a way to not lose sight of him. Like I said, I don't know how you do it at his 6'11" frame, but it happens.
Darian Kingy Cross had a pretty decent look for himself, but couldn't convert it. And what remains a tight game. Opening quarter. Be on the way here, and our first made 3 of the game, and look who that is, Keon Anthony.
Hey, what did I say, man? It was a matter of time before you figured it out.
Well, he did have 24 in that big opening victory, leading the team.
Yeah, I think he's going to be just fine here with Gotham 5 this season, and go for the next couple of years as well.
Jan, 51st ranked, only 15. Lots of promise and lots of what's happening today. And there is a beautiful drive to Dakari Claxton. 6'2" guard gets to the hole, and we're under a minute to play here. G5 have got themselves a 6-point lead. And a defensive tug-of-war out here in the first frame of this one. 3 on the way here, and that one is good. Yoel Singleton, 6'7", just 16 years old. There's a lot of 16-year-olds on this Ill-a-delphia roster.
Yeah,
it's
sure
bright
is.
for them.
You've only got 5 17-year-olds on this team. Most of these kids are 16, and they're playing really well to begin. That's a great pass. Got to finish, so.
Well, yeah, the shot wasn't there, but he's going to hit. Not deterred, going to take a second one, and that first was an air ball. The second, way short there.
At least hit the rim on the second one, so there's that.
At least. He's improving. He's dialing it in. Oh, he's playing defense is what he's doing, just like G5 has been doing this whole first period, and stay with Philly, but not much time on the clock to work with.
Active hands there from Claxton. You love to see that. As long as you're not getting foul called too, that's even better.
Heave on the way. Oh! Ooh, almost had that. Almost tied it up, but instead it is a 3-point advantage for G5 as we go to the break. Come right back. We're going to be quick with this one and get to the second quarter next. It has been an NYC Philly slugfest, which is a sports tradition that goes back and goes across multiple sports.
Yes, absolutely. No surprise here if you're familiar, like you said, it was New York sports in any shape, form, or fashion.
On brand tonight, these two so far. And Gotham starting to separate themselves here a tiny bit. That's Raheem Dandridge. He's one of few holdovers from last year's New York Stars squad on multiple tournament titles. Nice drive.
Yeah, him and Keontae DeOra are the two returning players from last season. And we know that, Coach Tim Bellardi last year, he had some other good bigs on his team.
Yes, he did.
CMJ, SJO, does he have the next one of those in Aaron Lovejoy, do you think,
some other big players on this team. That was a big shot there by one of the returnees, Keontae DeOra. And all right, these two teams are starting to find a little bit of rhythm now. Nas Hall has hit a couple buckets here. Hall, 6'3", 200-pounder, 17 years old.
Yeah, definitely picking it up here offensively to begin the second quarter. You'll love to see it, especially after that first defensive-heavy first quarter.
Well, Hall has it now. Oh, he gets an open look and an easy lay-in. This is straight points from Nas Hall. Averaging 9.5 off the bench so far for Philly in their first 2 games. Got 6 so far here.
Broke down Keon Anthony with that move. Might want to get one back.
Oh,
There it is.
Anthony, once again. I think from downtown. You know, I said B-Ron, he had 24 points in that opening win for G5. He did it in 12 minutes. He is pure offense coming off the bench for this G5 lineup. Philly, 6-point deficit here. Just a little less than 2 minutes into the second quarter. I want to remind everybody, coming up after this game, we have the post-up coming up. So stick around between games. But following, we got a really fun matchup. Southeast Select taking on Lonestar. That's at 8 p.m. Eastern. Once again, B-Ron and I will be back to call that.
Yes, we will. And that's going to be, like you said, a really fun matchup, too. That was not fun.
Well, shot there from Lofton. Probably a little bit out of his range. Didn't fall either. Another three from Gotham, and that one rattles out. Andrich couldn't get that one to fall.
He's got a pretty form to his
Nas
shot, too.
Hall. I'm sorry, Orland Mock, excuse me. Mock back in the game.
Mock has definitely impressed me so far with his speed and ability to get to the basket, finding those wide open driving lanes. Make those lays look so easy.
Both teams need to put in some practice on their lobs.
Has not worked out so far for either side.
Well, Quan Singleton made it work there. He's a returning player too. 6'3", but elevated for that dunk. He leading scorer on this team at 16.5. Darian King Cross has 16. That shot won't go, but a second chance for G5. Oh, and Majere Williams.
Majere Williams.
Reigns that one, 45th ranked, 17-year-old. Oh, and once again, nice defense. The steal. Syer Matthews rips it away, and he sets it up. G5.
Tell you what,
Gives it up to Williams. Oh,
there you go.
inside and outside work is there from Majere Williams, 6'3", 190-pounder. He had 11 in the opening game, and he's got G5 out to a 7-point lead.
I was gonna say, you know, both of these teams' guards have very active hands, and they're gonna try to rip the ball away from you any chance they get. So be ready if you're dribbling across from them. Be ready for it.
Quan Singleton going to go to the line. About 67%. The opening two games.
Singleton, one of the returning players on the Ill-a-delphia team, also the team captain. I will be speaking with him at some point in the next few weeks. I have plans to talk to him. Been chatting with the captains for the last few weeks in the Atlantic Division. So look for that article coming soon.
Well, the lid just kind of remains tight, particularly for Philly tonight. Another missed free throw. And Cross coming back in the game. Yoel Singleton steps out. Quan's second free throw is up and good.
There you go. They haven't quite been able to really get it going offensively, but they're doing a good job of hanging around in the game despite that.
I think Keon Anthony, and in the last minute or so, this outburst by Majere Williams have really been the difference. G5. And Lovejoy did have a big first 8 minutes and a relatively slow start to this game. Oh, there's
Whoa.
Well, I thought it was a nice pass. Maybe it was a misconnection from Lofton. We'll have to look at the tape to see whose fault that was, but it turns into a dunk for Lovejoy. Back in the game, going back to work.
Wasted no time off the bench. Got active immediately.
And Kingy Cross trying to find something, but there's just nothing there.
I think they're playing defense tonight, y'all.
And once again, Majere Williams hitting the three. Second of the game for him. It's now an 11-point G5 lead.
And he's
And
heating up here in the
yes, it
quarter.
is another steal. Once again, Zaire Matthews has been a defensive pest all night.
Absolutely. I believe he's picking Quan's pockets multiple times. Majir Williams heating up. Somebody needs a bucket of water.
Speaking of heating up, when he put that up, I was like, oh, that's a heat check shot, but he buried that thing. Wow. G5 is hot, that's for sure. They got a big advantage here as we come up on 2 minutes. Well, nice little look at layup there. Will Erickson, the transfer from the former DC Stars.
Yeah, he had a pretty hectic offseason. You know, he went from the Run DMV down to the Yacht Club in Miami, and after some recruiting violations that were found out, he was taken away from them and ended up now with Ill-a-delphia. So he's been moved around a lot this offseason.
Williams couldn't get that to go. Sweet three on the prior possession by Mbako, showing you he can hit with his 6'9" frame from out there. Oh, there we go.
We got one.
Juan Singleton, just 6'3", but he can get up. I think that is a, you can snip a little bit of that video. That's an early application candidate right there for the McDonald's dunk contest. 6'3" riser getting up and throwing that down, but still, Gotham 5 in control of this game. We're going to take a quick break, come right back, folks. Minute 23 to go till halftime.
Welcome home.
Mom, Dad, this is Cindy.
Cindy, yes.
So nice to meet both of you.
Nice to meet you finally. Travis has told us so much about you.
All good things, I hope.
Yes, of course.
Good.
Please,
Thank
welcome.
you.
Oh, Mom, no. Dad, this is Shannon.
Oh, hi.
Shannon.
And this is Aaron.
Hey, cutie.
That is Jessica. Jenny, Sarah, Megan,
Hi.
Nicole, Elizabeth.
Acts. Use in moderation.
All right, well, welcome back here. Opening up the Liberty Grounds here in Philly tonight, and so far, G5 looking to spoil the party. Philly and their fans, and they have the ball, an 11-point lead here.
And one of the things that Gotham has done really well is on the defensive end is led by Zaire Matthews. Got 4 steals already in the first half, and Juan Singleton has been a victim of Zaire Matthews all night.
Coincidentally, 4 turnovers, and there is another steal. This time, it's Keontae DeOr ripping it away, feeds inside, and gets an easy 2. 13-point advantage, matches the biggest it's been this game for G5.
The aggressive defense is paying dividends. The game plan Coach Pilardi's put in has worked to perfection to begin the game. And I feel like this is going to be the wave to ride throughout the rest of this game. Keep the pressure on them.
Oh, got a good look there, but couldn't score. That's sort of been the story of the opening half. But yeah, the defense from G5 and the shooting from the shooting as well. That one wouldn't go, but Majir Williams, 10 points, leading the way, leading all scorers. Nas Hall has 8. For Philly. Darian Kingy Cross, really quiet tonight, gives it up there. 3 on the way, and that one will go.
Nice.
Orland Mock cuts it to 10 as we go to the half. But G5 looking good down the road here in Philly tonight. Can they keep it up for 16 more minutes? Quick break. And we're back for second half action. we are back. Live action underway. Philly trailing by 10. Got a buzzer 3 to go. And got a missed shot and a rebound here. Maybe a little bit of momentum to build on. Coach Tafari Morrison's team. Coach himself is from Philly, active in the community. And oh, he's going to like that. Quan Singleton shakes free and dunks. Well, Quan Singleton has been challenged, to say the least, tonight by Syer Matthews on defense. But look at that, Syer gets his pocket picked. Tables have turned as Orland Mock takes it all the way. Can't get it to go.
I was ready for a block there.
Well, the energy feels different here, I'll say that much. Part of the second half.
And you mentioned about the Ill-a-delphia coach, Tafari Morrison. You know, you mentioned that you were going to mention that he likes to play his own defense. And the defense tonight, really, in my opinion, has been all on Gotham 5's end for the most part.
I don't think Philly has played terribly on defense. I think that G5 has just been better morally. And the problem is, look at this defense right here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, that possession is just a little capsule that captures the whole thing. On this other end, pretty good look from 3, doesn't go, however. It's a couple of open looks now that G5 has missed as well.
Which is funny because that's how the game started, too, for G5.
Orland Mock been pretty aggressive tonight and went inside. Defender came over, but foul called. Not going to go to the line. Mock is just 16. Noted more as a good defender than he is a offensive weapon, and averaging just 6 points the first 2 games. But you've definitely noticed him attacking the basket, being a little bit more aggressive here tonight so far.
Yeah, and sometimes, the first couple of games of any season is always about just figuring out what you can do well and what you need to work on. And it was just trying things out. Hey, one game you come out, you're more aggressive, trying to get to the hoop. One game you're more passive, trying to step your teammates and doing other things to help out. So it's just figuring out what you can do on the floor in a full live game. Games is different from practice and everything. Another one.
Jer Williams with the steal, showing you he's got some defensive skills to go with that offensive prowess. 7-point lead now for G5. It had been as much as 13, and another steal.
Defense is back on the menu, boys.
I thought about going inside, but leave it up instead. Let's see if Philly can get something going here on offense. That was almost as clean a look as you get. Instead, going to take that one, and it does rattle through. Yoel Singleton gets his second 3-point splash of the night, and 5-point game here. 5:20 to go in the third quarter. We have timeout on the floor. Looks like Coach Bellardi wants to talk it over with his G5 team. We're going to come right back, too. Stick with us, folks. All right, we are back once again. G5 holding on to a 5-point lead, but We're ahead 40-27, dying moments of the first half. Been 8 straight from Philly since then. And once again, another miss. That's 4 3-point shots, or outside shots at least, missed. And meanwhile, Quan Singleton drives to the hoop, changes hands, and can't finish what would otherwise have been a very pretty move.
He had a teammate open there for the easy assist side to do it himself. Yeah, ideally, you like to see him give it off to his teammate to finish that.
Well, crowd kind of getting into this one, calling for defense there, and they got it. Missed shot, Sierra Matthews. Nice dish inside, and Singleton. The 3 last time. Gets a little layup here. This is a 1-possession game, B-Ron.
Wow, they are doing a really good job fighting back in the game, and I think honestly a lot of it has to do with that 3-pointer at the end of the half there. That really took them into locker room with some momentum. And I think they've ridden that wave ever since.
And good patience there from the other Williams brother on this G5 squad. Oh and
no!
Good defense as well. Altered that shot, missed that dunk.
Now they got to take advantage on the other end. They had a man advantage for a minute there.
I thought Dandridge was going to go up for the transition corner 3 too, but pulled it back out. Oof. Tight D being applied here by Philly. Now shot clock winding down. Niger going to take that one, but can't get it to go. Rebounded, Khalil Erickson.
Yeah, tough shot there with the shot clock winding down.
Let's see what. Oh, nice pass from Mock, and the finish is there. 2-point game again.
Really impressed with the passing of Ill-a-delphia here. Not just in this quarter, but really all game, both teams have done a good job of finding the open man. Whether it's worked or not, it's important, especially at this level, to develop those kinds of skills and being an unselfish player.
Oh, another nice inside pass, but Mock didn't want to take that right up. Now he will. Get it to go. Nice defense from Sire Matthews on that possession. See what G5 can do here. Oh, the drive from Sire.
Wow.
Nice play.
Nice drive there and finish from Sire Matthews. He looks
Coach
really
Morrison.
good tonight on the defensive end.
Coach Morrison of Philly didn't like what happened on that possession. He's going to slightly, let's say, talk it over with his Philly charges.
Yeah, that'd be time for one of those discussions where it's, hey guys, we did a good job of fighting back into the game, but we can't let them go out ahead again.
Yeah, easy buckets like that are going to cost you in a game that you know is going to be, if you're going to be in it, that you're going to be keeping it tight.
Absolutely, yeah. You're going to have to. And you, like you said, you can't allow those kinds of easy buckets inside like that. Those have to be cut down.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, impressive composure overall here from Philly. Just down 5. We're staring at a 13-point deficit and a lot of momentum on the G5 side. Now, G5, to be fair, has had some open shots that they have missed.
Ooh, that's a big shot right there.
That's Nas Hall, and that is your leading scorer. The Ill-a-delphia roster tonight. Been doing his work inside before that on driving to the hoop, but there he shows he's got some outside range as well. Oh, you can't leave Keon that open, and he buries his 3rd 3 of the game.
Looked to be maybe there was some sort of switch call there unnecessarily perhaps, and that's going to be the result that more times than not. You can't switch right there in a spot where you don't need to switch.
Paul thought he could take Keon there and get the shot to go. And up the other way, it's another open look, and it's just... Anthony was turned around and halfway back up the court by the time that was coming through the twine, folks. He knew that was in.
I was going to say, yeah, he knew it was going to let it go. The contest wasn't bad. It was just maybe a little bit late, though, on Anthony.
Well, young Keon, and I say young Keon, the 6'3 guard, is just 15 years old. Nas Hall thinks he can take him, and Philly has the ball. And so far, he's been proven correct. And there, Raheem Dandridge gets in on things, though. Extends the lead out to 9. But let's see what happens here on this possession if they run Hall against Anthony again. They've definitely had some success. Well, never mind.
There it is.
Quan Singleton has showed his ability to do that tonight.
Absolutely.
And so has Keon Anthony from that spot once again.
That's the easiest three in basketball. That corner free ball. Keon's hit that to success.
Oh, I thought you meant when Keon Anthony was shooting from that spot. Yeah. Me from that spot, it's not high percentage, but Keon buries that thing.
Oh, absolutely.
Wow.
High clip.
15 points tonight for the youngster. Oh. Singleton thought he got fouled there. No call on that. Instead, Claxton brings it up the other way. Drives inside on two defenders. He's going to try to take it and has it swatted. Well, Singleton wasn't having any of that.
Yeah, you got to know, though, when you're in that deep, it's very difficult to get out. And that's the situation where you want to try to get out and reset things as an offense. So the ball fans there.
Hans Hall got switched on to Keontae Dior there. Thought he could shoot over him, but couldn't get the bucket in. And look, you can't. Come on.
Again! That's 3 in a row he's hit from that spot.
Wow. 18 points in the
Get him off
game.
his rhythm.
About what, 8-9 minutes? Young Keon Anthony. You're watching a star in the making, folk. Juan Singleton, that one's pretty badly off. And what had been an impressive comeback turns into a 12-point margin as we enter the final frame here in Philly.
And we gon' sit it sideways. Third coast, baby, it was born to parlay. Riding sideways, candy dripping wet, remixed it. Now we in our private jet with the candy wet. And we gon' sit it sideways. Third coast, baby, it was born to parlay.
See me and GMC, the XL Yukon, riding Houston, Roadhog getting over 2 tons across the pavement. I'm tinted up with 4 ladies. Them cups stood up, they finna raid me. It's gravy from state to state. We be on a paper chase. Just riding sideways is one of my favorite ways to drip candy, so them haters can't stand me around the brandy. Cause I'm rolling with my family. CT collab though with the chain dangler. Player partners be holding with the skyscraper. Take off all haters when we in the navigator and step out like Snoop Dogg and some alligators with a 2-piece of money. And I'm trying to get rich. You in the red zone now, don't fumble it. You better be aware who you rumble with. It's your boy CT going hit for hit.
Riding sideways, candy dripping wet, remixed it. Now we in our private jet with the candy wet, and we gon' sit it sideways. Third coast, baby, it was born to parlay. Riding sideways, candy dripping wet, remixed it. Now we in our private jet with the candy wet, and we gon' sit it sideways. Third coast, baby, it was born to parlay.
Sit 'em sideways, ride. I'm gliding, I'm high on life. It's my time in line, and not a nigga shining bright. Fuck a 9 to 5. I just recline on the mind. If you rewind, you find there's no denying I'm tight. Just give me the line. Like Sean Paul, and I'll be straight. You see me leaning so hard, it's like I need a V8. I needed a break from toting the hammer. Last week I did a show in the front row of the Copacabana. My lyrics will give a nigga hope in the slammer. Since I'm all about my dough, you ain't gon' blow out my candle. Hope you can handle R-E-double. When I fall off in the club, nothing but love. VIP, no cover, none other. Burn rubber on dubs. Sitting in the Lex Bubba, drinking my cup. Mix my Belvedere with Everclear, cause I'm still a thug. This is the remix, nigga, so bang this here in your truck.
Riding sideways, candy dripping wet, remixed it. Now we in our private jet with the candy wet, and we gon' sit it sideways. Third coast, baby, it was born to parlay. Riding sideways, candy dripping wet, remixed it. Now we in our private jet with the candy wet, and we gon' sit it sideways. Third coast, baby, it was born to parlay. I'm still reclining, letting the top down, diamonds glaring, remixed it, and now we got the whole world staying. See, it's true, playboy, we representing that Texas. Boulder so big you can't fit it round my neck. Dragging my knuckles on the floor cause the bracelet is sitting so heavy. Dog, I need a hand. You can call me the lumber man like Paul Bunyan. Cause I get all my steaks and my funyuns in 2x4s. Mansion doors, pull up on big screen. Sitting in the hot tub, I'm looking so clean. Bling bling. Yes sir, ballin' became a habit. I'm blowing up on this cabbage, I'm blind across sea. Got 03s with the sprees. Man, I got the beat knocking. Papa's watching cause it's
1 quarter left to play. Philly finds themselves down by a dozen. The G5 team that has been led by young Keon Anthony, who picks up the rebound there off the swat, finds an open teammate.
Oh man, Beautiful start.
Majer.
Cheryl Williams.
Yonda Majer, another 3, 15-point lead, biggest of the game now. Keon Anthony, 16 points on 6 of 6 shooting, 4 threes tonight. And Philly just looks a little discombobulated right now, B.
Oh, definitely. Coach Morrison's not going to be happy about this performance at all. And, now is not the time to work on your alley-oop game. This is one of those times where you need to work on shoring up the fundamentals and everything else around that. Those kinds of plays will come. And there's another block.
Look at Williams, gets that block. He's had some nice moments tonight. Gets a rebound there and stuffs it back home.
That's how you do it.
6'11", 215-pounder.
Won't be nice down there, young man. That's exactly how it's done. Go up with 2 hands, powerful finish.
They're trying to create something here. It's a bucket.
That was a really good screen, and it did its job. Backed the defender off and gave him a space to get a clean look at the. Whoa!
Oh. Nas Hall is not giving up on this game. Leading scorer with 12 for Philly. Another open look at 3, and Majer gets in on the act.
This
20-point advantage. Gotham
zone's
5.
not working. The zone is not working that Coach Morrison wants to run, and when you, especially on a loose ball like that too, you can't have your defenders playing in a zone like that. At least but that's the danger of the 2-3 zone.
And Kenji Cross gets a bucket there. He's got 4 now, but those have come in the last minute. Before then, he'd been held scoreless. Did have 6 assists, but 16 points a game coming into this one. And you're talking about the zone not working, B-Ron. Just Philly's not working right now. Not really. I mean, this is going to be an 0-3 team after tonight, unless they make a historic, perhaps, comeback. I don't think they did a bigger comeback than down 20 in the 4th. It's early in the season, but I don't think it's too early to start questioning teams.
I think after a loss like this, especially, your first 2 were close games.
Yeah.
This one, not so much. To be fair, it is a very good Gotham 5 team, but you expect and you want to play good against a division opponent, division rival. You want to play good in these games, especially, and it just didn't happen tonight. Hasn't happened tonight, I should say. Not done yet.
It didn't. Well, Gotham 5 get a timeout. Coach Bellardi, still working hard in spite of the big lead. You saw him there not too happy that Philly got a relatively easy bucket there. But let's talk about Gotham 5. Now, they've even got less of a resume at this point. This is just their second game, but they're trending toward being 2-0 with 2 20-plus point wins.
Yeah, and they, especially tonight, they've looked extremely good. And I'm very impressed by their defensive ability, both in getting steals, getting blocks, and just overall team defense in general. The shooting got hot, too. It's like just one of those nights where everything just came together. And if this is what they love when they're firing all cylinders, they're going to be a tough team to stop this season.
Well, they were tough for Philly tonight. Approaching the halfway point here of the 4th quarter. And Kingy Cross can't hit that one. In spite of making a few other buckets here earlier, just not really finding his game tonight. Oh! Nice steal there. Orland Mock has had some moments, particularly on defense, much like Syer Matthews for G5. And that one, that kind of looked like it stole a page out of the G5 playbook there.
Yeah, absolutely. Great possession there. You get the steal on the one end, the pretty pass to the corner, and the finish with the 3. That's exactly what you want to see.
Long 2 there from Mackenzie Mbako. I don't know, it looked like his arms were almost a little bit tired on that shot.
Yeah, Mbako has not really looked good tonight at all. And considering he's supposed to be one of the top players in Simworld Hoops this season, I mean, you're going to have those kinds of games, but let's not pretend that that's not a thing that happens. Everyone has their off nights, but it's one, how it looks, and 2, if it becomes a problem, if that makes sense.
Williams, Majer going to take another one and hit. 3-pointer. Majer Williams, definitely like what I've seen tonight from the 45th ranked player among the 17-year-olds in SimWorld.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you know, I'm sure we'll have. Oh, what a good block.
That was Brother Muggin. Another block. He's had a few of those tonight. And Lovejoy has it now. The big men for G5. Everybody's played pretty well tonight, really. There's nobody who's gotten a lot of demerits on this G5 squad, I don't think. Although there is another turnover, a steal. This time Quan Singleton rips it away. Going to try to turn it into transition 3. And once again, they do. This time Orland Mock. And maybe Philly should have been looking for that a little bit earlier tonight. Might have made a difference.
Yeah, I believe so. It definitely would have made a difference in this game, you know. But for whatever reason, it didn't start hitting until now. It's unfortunate, but you know, sometimes that's what happens when you don't get things going early in a game. It comes to you late when it really doesn't matter.
Well, some frustration taken out there on the rim by Darian Kinji Cross.
He deserves that.
Matthews gets it back over to Williams, and his 3 is short. The shot's coming up a little bit short now as we get late in this game. Oh, Kinji Cross coming alive. 11-point margin now. 2 minutes to go. Credit to Philly for not losing their composure and sticking around in this.
No, they're hanging. They're trying to make it look closer than what I'm sure the overall game film will indicate.
Ooh, that is a pretty turnaround there from Majer Williams. I didn't know he had that in his bag of tricks, but boy, he did. Just 1:46 to go here. I want to remind everybody we have the post-up coming up after this game, and then our 8 p.m. Eastern start, although it's going to be a little bit after that because this one's running over. And that's going to be between Trey Turner and Southeast Select coming in 2-0, taking on Lonestar basketball.
That's
looking forward to that one too, B. Ron. Well, your prediction looks likely. We got a game here, but your prediction looks likely to have come true for this one. Do you want to wait, or do you want to give the folks your Southeast Lone Star call now?
I'll give it to you now. Why not? I went back and forth on this one earlier, and just for the pure simple fact of Southeast Select really has been a fourth quarter team. At the start of the season, had to come back late to win games, put games away, which isn't a bad thing, but how long can you keep that up? I'll come back to that.
Trey Turner might, give you a few coins in that bag. I don't know.
He might.
Majer Williams is our player of the game tonight, and that is in spite of a spectacular performance as well from Keon Anthony. Aaron Lovejoy, hey, there were a lot of stars out there in purple tonight, folks, but Majer Williams deserves it. Player of the game. Will Erickson hasn't done too much tonight. Will Erickson, 6'4", 17-year-old. Then again, that has been true of more than a few players on the Philly roster tonight. A few bright lights, though. Orland Mock.
Yeah, definitely.
Some athletic dunks from Quan Singleton. And Kingy Cross, at least fourth quarter version of DKC.
Oh, nice.
Wow. Will Erickson. Williams. I believe that thing went in.
Yeah, I don't think he can either.
Chance to cut into the lead. Cut it down to 8 with 1:03 left.
Shooting one more.
But not a lot of time left. Philly to correct what's gone wrong tonight. And missed free throws are not helping the cause.
No, not helping the cause, but at this point, it's not really going to matter too much in the grand scheme of things.
Probably not. It looks like G5 is content to wind this clock under 5 seconds on the shot clock. Williams gives it up. Oh, Lovejoy's going to have to take a turnaround jumper. Who tried to take it off glass, couldn't get it to go, but Williams is there with the rebound, and he is going to get fouled. This Philly crowd that stuck around didn't like that call. Thought Lofton had that clean, but said he hit him on the body, so we're going to go to the line. 36.1 to wrap this up, and I think wrap up is probably about the right term. Looks like G5 will indeed remain undefeated, 2-0 on the season, while Philly will remain whatever the opposite of that is, defeated, I guess, at 0-3.
Yeah, I guess so.
Just defeated.
Yeah. Not a good start here for Ill-a-delphia,
No.
especially with the loss of Bryson Summer and some of the other players from last season. We didn't really know what to expect for them coming into the season. The roster they had constructed, but I personally didn't expect a 0-3 start. I was going to have at least one win so far because of the season at least.
Well, Philly coach Morrison may be looking to shake things up, and there are some players on this roster. I mean, the names we've talked about tonight, but guys like A.J. Frost coming off the bench, just 16 years old. Would like to see a little bit more of him, I think. Maybe he could make a difference. Lika Matson.
Quan Singleton.
Yep.
Darian Kingsbury. They have some talent on this team. They have some talented kids on this team for sure.
You got to figure out how to put the puzzle pieces together.
Exactly.
Oz Hall has it now. Gives it up inside, and that bucket won't go, and that's just the way it's been tonight. Philly not looking to foul here. Slight difference between the game clock and shot clock, but this one is indeed the books, folks. We have the post up coming up next. You're going to get Big Bob and the one and only Rick Blaze, so prepare to be entertained. Just stick around and stick through that. Myself, Elava, B-Ron will be back right after that. We're going to be calling Southeast and Lone Star in Game 2. Catching that flag. Getting on the SimWorld jet, folks. It moves fast. We got to get out of here. But congrats to G5. Congrats to Coach Bilardi. Congrats to Majere Williams, player of the game. And all-around solid effort from a lot of these G5 kids tonight. Undefeated for Philly. Still looking for answers.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Post Up. I am Rick Blaze, joined by none other than Big Bob. Bob, how you doing, brother?
Good. How are you doing tonight, Rick?
Man, I'm doing fantastically well. Let's talk about these games, and let's talk about them. The one that just happened. We just finished watching Gotham and Philadelphia, Ill-a-delphia Elite, and they weren't looking too elite tonight, Bob. What you think?
No, I mean the score is a little bit closer than what happened on the court. So, I mean, the first half, I didn't know what kind of game we were going to get after that first quarter. I mean, I think it was like 6-6 with like 3 minutes left or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
Not what I expect from a Gotham 5 team. I expect an Ill-a-delphia team to not put up a ton of points, but Gotham ended up, they got a fire lit somewhere, and that was from Niger. He just absolutely went crazy tonight.
Yeah, man, Majir did really good. I think personally, the tone setter was Cyril Matthews with four first half steals. I mean, he made the guards from Elite look like they shouldn't have hands. That's how. I mean, soon as they crossed half court, bam, he was on their tail. Like, yo, it wasn't even fair. So he set the tone. Overall, Gotham played really good interior defense, and the guard play of Sierra and Majir, and can't forget Kyan or Kean Anthony. He's going to be special, man. Only 15 years old. That kid's going to be special.
Absolutely. I want to apologize. I meant to say Majir. I did say Niger. Sorry, Majir, if you're watching. Don't come at me like you come at the originators. My bad. Yeah, I mean, Anthony, it's a shame that he cannot be a starter, but he can definitely give him some starter minutes. Give him 30 minutes. I think that's the next step for Coach Bellardi, because I mean, he had 16 points in, I think, 14 minutes.
Yeah,
tonight. He had like 22 in like 12 before in the first game. And this was not the expectation coming into this season for Gotham 5, to him being the leader. The shocker for some people is Mbako. Where is he? Yeah. He was heading into the season. He was number 2 in ESPN and SimWorld TV, and he was number 1 in 247. He's making an argument to not even be in the top 50.
Well, look, I'll say this. Now, if you go back and you check the video, and I'm sure most of you guys do. I know you keep receipts, I damn sure keep mine. I said during the pre-tournaments that I didn't really see. Everybody was talking about how great, and I'm not. Let me not take nothing from Ibaka. I think he's going to be an eventual star in the NBA. I just think maybe he's one of the quiet, passive types characteristically, and I think that goes against him in a game of basketball, especially when you're that big and the expectation is so high. So he can, he's young man, he can break out of that. But when I saw him in the pre-tournaments, I didn't really see anything. He didn't stick out to me until like the third, fourth game he played in.
Yeah, and I think his rankings based purely off of. We do this with kids all the time. It's purely what we expect them to do. Mm-hmm. And coming into it, I mean, he has all of he has the height, the shooting skills, the length, everything that you want in a player. So when you put that kid on the court, you expect him to play like one of the top 2 players in the country. And I'd hate to say it, but I think maybe he should start getting Anthony should start getting his minutes.
Well, look here now. It's not, I'm not gonna go against whatever Bellardi does. I'm riding, but in Bellardi I trust. So I dare not question his master and his minutes or lack thereof as players. I'm sure. I just assume he has a finite meaning behind everything that he does. So I just assume that everything is okay. But what you're saying is true. Ian has been balling. Ibaka, again, I think he's going to be a superstar one day, but he has this word that gets people fired all the time, and they say, well, he shows talent, or he has flashes.
Yep.
You see it in flashes, man, but flashes cause people more jobs in the post office.
Yeah, I mean, what was the kid's name? Cleveland Cavaliers drafted him number 1 overall.
DJ Wagner. the father of the DJ Wagner. That's what we're talking. He scored 100 points in a high school basketball game. Absolutely.
No, it was not Anthony Edwards. He's
Anthony Bennett. You talking Anthony Bennett? Oh, no, I was really was talking about DJ Wagner who got picked top 5 for Cleveland back in the day too. But yes, Anthony Bennett, a more recent example of that for sure.
Yeah. Well, what do you think? I don't think me and you either. Actually, I did get to talk a little bit about the games yesterday. What do you think about some of those games yesterday?
Hey, man. Let's just say I wasn't perfect with my picks on yesterday.
neither was B-Ron Stradamus. So
no, I was perfect. B-Ron need to come high.
You were perfect.
I were perfect with my picks. And I had to, go back in Discord and let some people know about it too. That's just, I love the energy that was bought. This Rocky Mountain team is super scary, man. They're one of those teams that now I don't know if it becomes, a situation, a late game situation who they're going to go to. I don't know if they've figured that part out yet. But hell, so far they haven't had to figure it out because the games they've been close enough to figure it out. But having so many players that can just line up between 1 and 5 positions, their length, on any given night, they can beat any team. That's not a team you want to play coming down the stretch.
No, not at all. And I think that I'm not sure if Coach Robinson coming back, I questioned it a little bit, where his head would be. And he's clearly provided a boost to this team that, they won yesterday, I think by 33. It's not really something that I expected from the Rocky Mountain Monsters coming into this season. And we're hearing that was a league high, what's the word?
Blowout.
The word blowout, Bob. Taking a man behind the shed is what we call it down the south, Bob.
And the thing with the Rocky Mountain Monsters is, while they do have a lot of good players, they're doing it as a complete team.
Absolutely.
From top to bottom, it's not like you don't have one guy scoring 30 and then everybody else sitting there with 10. Yesterday, Lucas Banks and Kenneth Gaffney had 17. Zane Davis, Boobie Walker both had 14. Ireland Early, who was a disappointment last year, I thought he was going to be a lot better than he was. He had 12. It's just from top to bottom, this is a team. And I've said it about a couple of teams like SimWorld Asia Pacific. Rocky Mountain Monsters are playing like a team.
Yes.
And that's in order to, sometimes you got to do it. It doesn't have to be flashy. Look at the Clippers. The Clippers a couple years ago, they didn't have anybody. They did it with a bunch of no names.
Yeah.
Made a deep little run.
And anything's possible. They just have so many players who can. I feel like they all in double. I feel like the starting lineup is in double digits. Just everybody's having double digits right now. It's just incredible that the way that they're gelling, the way everything seems to fit everyone's skill set perfectly. Did you know? I've been seeing a lot of boobies on the court, but did you know Boobie Walker is shooting a staggering 92% from the field in 2 games?
Ooh, that's crazy. No, I did not know that. That is crazy.
And he's averaging 14 points a game, which means he's had at least 14 points in both those games. He's shooting 92% from the field, my man. That means my man don't miss no dunks because he ain't shooting crap else. He is having a dunk fest on his own. If you want to get a hint on who's on the dunk contest and see what's going to be in the dunk contest this year, watch Boobie play because he's going to give you a highlight dunk every single time out. I promise you.
Yeah, and just adding on to that, I mean, he was perfect in their last game, so that tells you just
7%.
how good he's efficient. He is very efficient.
Very efficient. Absolutely.
Well, so now we got this is kind of I don't want to say a light night for us. We only have one more game. We had the Gotham 5 Ill-a-delphia game, and now we got Lonestar versus Southeast Select. Let me get what's your opinion on this game?
I'm kind of with B-Run, and I hate to say that because B-Run is B-Run non-Stradamus. He's wrong Stradamus right now. Let me tell you, I had my pick. And when I heard B-Run had the same pick as me, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I don't have a pick. Maybe I'm totally wrong about this whole thing because he's been sucking, man. But look, I'm going to stick with my pick because I picked it first before I heard B-Run. But I'm with him. I don't see how Southeast Select can continue to hang on by a thread every night and just hope to pull out a Hail Mary pass.
Yeah,
by the name of Trey Turner.
Yeah, I mean he's statistically point wise, he is doing what was expected of him, but it's not enough, and he's waiting too long to get going, and that's just they need him from the start. If he can play. Even give us 2 quarters like he has given us in the fourth quarter. Give us 2 quarters in one game, and these games wouldn't be close. Yeah. But it's like he's waiting. He's hanging back, waiting, letting everybody else do their thing, and then he decides he wants to show up. Yeah. And it's not the Trey Turner that I remember from last year.
Yeah, it's like he's tormenting his teammates. He's like, okay, y'all want me to pass him. Okay, cool. You know, y'all can have the first couple quarters, and then he just sit back and be like, okay, y'all done. We down 5. Y'all done? Can I do my thing now? And then he just turns it on. But hey, it's only so many rabbits in the forest. That's gonna that's gonna bite you in the butt more often than not. And you got Lonestar. I just made up, by the way, Bob. I'm proud of myself. You got Lonestar tonight who prides themselves on playing defense. So I don't see a whole lot of points scoring tonight. It's gonna be nasty in the paint because Derek Long don't play that. And he's averaging a double-double himself or close to one. So it's just I think he's 9 and 7 or something like that. So it's just one of those things where you're playing against a team who only want to score 55 points anyway. That's all they want for the entire game. So you have to turn it on early, baby, because the lights might be too dim later on in the game.
I hate to kind of hate to echo what I said before, so I'm not going to. I'm siding with you guys tonight. Oh, you know what? No, I'm not going to side with you guys, and I can't because of B-Wrong Stradamus. I have to go with Southeast Select on this one. I'm out.
Yeah, I got it, man. Yeah, B-Run got me second guessing too, but it is what it is. Thanks, B-Run. Y'all look forward to the next game, Southeast Select versus Lonestar coming up. Y'all stay right there.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back, everybody. We have moved the action. We are now in the Graceland Basketball Center in Memphis. First time you're seeing it here on SimWorld TV. We have homestanding Southeast Select going up against Lonestar Basketball Club. It would be hopefully another scintillating matchup. You have E-Lava back with you, and B-Ron joining me once again at the broadcast booth. And let's get this thing underway. Derek Long controls the tip. Lonestar and their blue uniforms have the ball.
This is going to be another fun game. I think both of these teams really pride themselves on defense. We know that Coach Brett Lee, that's what got him to the championship game last season, but they fell short. And we'll see how the defense works for both teams today.
Well, we'll also see how the matchup of Lone Star's Nene Gibson against Southeast Trey Turner works out, and that's Gibson drawing first blood, getting a 3 to give Lone Star the lead on the road.
Yeah, that's also going to be a matchup to watch too, but the thing about Lone Star is they have a few other players on this team to look out for. You have to talk about also, Derek Long and Jace Miguez as well. It's a shooter.
Jace Miguez on cue, dials up a 3, 6'4" wing. Flashes from out there. Gabe Pope sets things up now for Southeast. Pope, the 24th ranked 17-year-old, and there is Trey Turner. We saw him do that a lot last year, B-Ron.
Absolutely.
And, he's back up to his old tricks. And Southeast defeated, they're 2-0, but both of their games were close, and they needed some late clutch Trey Turner shooting to get that 2-0 record.
Yeah, and that's a big question coming into this game, and that's one of the reasons why I've made I made the pick here for Lone Star. I know I put Southeast in the Discord the other day. That was a mistake on the fingers there. My actual pick is Lone Star. I'm not gonna lie. And for that reason, though, the concern is Trey Turner going to be able to keep hot for the game and keep them in the game, or is it going to be another heroics thing? How long can you keep that up?
Miguez with a nice dish inside, but it's rejected. Darius Stack comes up with the rebound. Up the other way comes Southeast. D. Jackson drives inside and gets the little floater to go.
Great floater there from Jackson. Love seeing those.
Jackson's really known more as a sticky defender, but yeah, he just put the defense open there. Gez has it now for Lone Star. Ooh. Can't score over Pope, and Gabe Pope pulls the rebound down quickly, gets it going up the other way. Trey Turner. Went around Gibson. Long had to come over to help, 6'10" Derek Long, but in doing so, committed the foul, and that will send the near automatic Trey Turner to the line.
Trey Turner at the line, shooting 2.
3 throws per game. Their first 2 games, and
take a break.
Missed
Take
yet
a break.
This season.
2 shots.
Trey Turner is the 5th ranked player among the 17-year-olds, which does make me think, boy, those other 4 kids must really be good at basketball.
Yeah, right.
But
go ahead.
UNC and Duke, there's a little bit of a Tobacco Road war going on for his services.
And not too surprised there at all.
A year or 2 playing college ball.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's also a baseball player as well. I think you mentioned that. Well, maybe he'll be a 2-sport athlete at one of those schools as well.
All tied up again. Yes. He thinks he can go to work on Jackson, and he's trying to. Gets inside. They drew a foul. Couldn't get the shot to go, and Jackson cleans up the rebound. Mentioned earlier, Jackson known as a good defender, and Miguez going at him, but he's giving it good here. And on the offensive end,
Derek Long
scored already earlier on that nice drive, and is going to go to the line.
Yeah, Jackson, unranked player as of right now. You know, he's 6'3", as you said, sticky defender. And I think a lot of that has to do with his football background as well.
Jackson,
Plays football for his local high school.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Through the first 2 games, Jackson's seen a lot of court time, averaging 22 minutes per game. And he is out there usually for his defense, only averaging 2 points a game and an assist and a half, but 5.5 rebounds per game, which is pretty impressive for a guard.
Absolutely. Russell Westbrook type beat.
But he's getting it done a little bit on offense. Really going tonight, too, and he's got Southeast up to their first lead.
The first of hopefully many lead changes tonight.
Hope for a barn burner in this one. In our first game,
Yeah, absolutely.
Philly and Gotham treated us to a good defensive show for much of the game anyway, before Gotham kind of took over late. But maybe some more highlights, like LaShawn Berry doing chin-ups with the rim.
Might get you a tech in some places, but not here.
LaShawn Berry's a returning player. He was with the then Dallas Stars last season, and LaShawn didn't fill up the stat sheet, but boy, did he have some nice moments like that one right there. He has athletic ability to spare, folks. Now Nene Gibson has the ball. Lonestar looking to take the lead back, working on Trey Turner, going inside on Trey Turner, and scoring over Trey Turner.
And, you know, that's going to be a really fun matchup to watch all game. And I think the big matchup is also going to be fun. Snyder and with him and Derek Long going at it, as well as him and blanking on the name, just said it a minute ago, Barry.
LaShawn Berry. Well, there he is, scoring.
Barry.
A little bit of back and forth action now.
You love to see it here at the beginning of the game. You know, it's hopefully a sign of things to come for the rest of this one.
A shot there from Gabe Pope, and he was well short on it. Gibson once ahead. It's matched up with Turner, and this time he passes out of it, at least for the moment. Off the screen, Gibson rotates over to Jackson. Once again, passes it up. Oh, yes. A decent look at it, but couldn't get the shot to drop. And Keandre Baldridge pulls away the rebound. He's the 35th ranked player among the 16-year-olds. Baldridge at 6'10" down there. Oh, nice dish, Kadarius Stack.
Oh,
wow.
You got to finish that one yourself, though, big man.
Well,
But it doesn't matter.
Keandre Baldridge was just talking about him, and he does more than for that size and weight around inside, folks.
Timeout.
First three-pointer of the year, but as displayed there, he has a little bit of range.
Hey, he showed some range on that one. Absolutely. Didn't see a whole lot of that, but, you know, it's always a good surprise when you can get it.
Like to see it. Well, talked about the matchup between Nene Gibson and Trey Turner. Two similar players. Gibson with a little bit of an advantage in size. He's about 6'5", 200, whereas Turner is more 6'4", 190-ish.
Comparable in height and weight, or around the same anyway. I do think that the other thing to look out for in this game is the team basketball, because Lonestar, they have prided themselves on the team style of basketball, and that's the beginning of season 2. They're not to say that Celtics doesn't have that same, mindset, obviously, but I think that both teams have a clear star in Nene Gibson and Trey Turner, but they'll have pieces around them. Which of the pieces around the star players are going to step up and make plays when necessary.
Oh, without Nene Gibson on the floor, Lonestar looks a little disjointed out there on offense. Counterpart Trey Turner does remain on the court for Southeast, but it's D. Jackson going to try from outside, but he's well off on that. Reed Whitten-Justin being defended by Turner, and he has to give it up. Oh, nice inside dish, and LaShawn Berry is going to add to the highlight reel.
Timeout. Southeast.
Southeast coach Bradley did not like that one. Wants to talk it over with his team.
Not one bit.
We talked about Southeast coming into this game undefeated. That is also true of Lonestar. They've only had one game. They defeated Gulf Coast by 9 in that one. Leading scorer, not surprisingly, Nene Gibson with 20, but Eric Long with a double-double. 16 points, 10 rebounds. Number 44 out there for Lone Star. Excuse me. Fairly quiet tonight so far, but they're going to need him.
Yeah,
they're going to have the kind of season they want to have in North Texas.
Yeah, they're definitely going to need him. And I think sometimes, and I spoke about it earlier, but with Gibson being the star of this team, no pun intended, but I think that we forget about Derek Long sometimes because of Nene Gibson. But Derek Long is a fantastic player in his own right. He's been so much to the table defensively for this Lone Star team. It almost makes you scared to go into the paint.
Well, Lone Star couldn't have played much better defense than they did on that last sequence, but Gabe Pope just stuck it in his face anyway and comes up with the steal here, looking to turn it into more. Ooh, gets it ahead, and that is a nice shake and score from Shake Travis. 6'7" wing. He's also a returner. There's more than a few, and look at that. Gabe Pope is now 2 steals on the last 2. You can call them possessions from Lone Star. I don't know. Gabe Pope is kind of taking over out here.
And that was a quick one, too. Came not even past half court. He was in their face immediately.
It's like, I don't even know if you count that as a possession. Well, Pope's going to try to score it on his own here, and he does.
He got it.
Gabe Pope show. And a heave at the end of the first quarter. Doesn't bring Lone Star any closer thanks to some late heroics from Gabe Pope. It's a 7-point Southeast lead. We're going to take a quick break and then second quarter action coming right up. Second quarter just underway. We're in Memphis, the brand new Graceland Basketball Center. And Southeast has the ball. Oh, Turner couldn't get that bucket to go, but a nice offensive rebound from Keandre Baldridge.
Great effort there on the boards from Baldridge to clean up after his teammate. And, speaking of cleaning up, Gabe Pope in that end of the first quarter there, he really came alive in those 2 possessions there. Last 3, really, I guess, to end the first quarter. Impressive start for Gabe Pope.
Jake Travis created a little space for himself, but couldn't get the bucket to fall there for Southeast. A break for Lonestar as they try to carve back into this thing. They're down by 9. Still, of course, loads of time.
They still got plenty of time to get back in this game. And
nice
that's
dish
how you got to do it
inside.
right there.
Patient play, and at the end of it was Chris Yardley, another returning player. He's a 6'4" win. First points of the year for Yardley, who didn't score in the opener, obviously.
Yeah, continuing to be patient and making the most of every possession is going to be big for Lonestar.
Oh, they might get through it with defense right there. That was a beautiful left-handed block. Just kind of reached over, almost casually swatted that thing away. And it is going to turn into 2 on this end. Sweet move there, Tyrell Marr.
That was pretty.
9th ranked on the 17-year-olds. Well, it was just moments ago, Southeast was looking to stretch to double digits, and with another block, this one by Derek Long.
Southeast ball.
Lonestar, and there's that left-handed block. Now look at this again. Look at it. That's Marr getting up with the left hand, just swats
that was
thing out of his
amazing.
hand, basically.
And he did all that too without fouling as well.
Yep.
Most times when you see that, sometimes they might try to go a little too hard for the block, which might cause a foul. But like you said, it was a very casual swat, and it was enough to get the clean block.
Look at a 3, and that will go through. Jalen West, 6'2".
I love seeing the confidence in these kids when they let a shot go and they know it's good. I love that. It's so fun.
Andy Gibson back out there and going to work. Tried to go glass, couldn't get it to go. Rebounded away by Manasseh Warnick. 6'10", 225, number 4 out there in white, big presence. Jake Travis gets inside and got a clean look, but couldn't finish that one. Oh. Shot there won't go for Marr. And gets it back over to Turner now. He dribbles into 2 players and loses the ball. And Gibson's going to try to take advantage, but his outside shot won't go. Shake able to collar in that rebound.
Having a little bit of a tough time to begin the quarter here is Nene Gibson.
Well, so is Trey Turner now in a way. He's missed a couple shots. Warnick's able to get up and put it back in. Turner may be a little bit gassed. He hasn't been out of the game yet. Nene Gibson's back in there, but he caught some bench time earlier.
Yeah, it definitely could be time to think about getting Trey Turner some rest.
Yeah. Gibson just really took advantage of Turner there, who just looks a little dead leg to me. Maybe why he's missing shots a little bit, and Nene's going to work on him like that.
Could definitely be a factor as to why. And I mean, it's an 8-point lead. It's not like it's 2, but so and I think now is the time to get him the rest. That way, if you need him later in the game, you could have him for the last 10 minutes, or we'll say.
Terrell Pearson has it. Haven't talked about him much. Another returnee to the Southeast squad who had some real bright moments last year, and his shot won't go, but will go to the line. Let's see if Coach Lee takes advantage of this to get Turner or any of the other Southeast players a breather.
Yeah, there's been talk about Terrell Pearson possibly earning himself some more minutes with the way he played in the last few games. So we'll have to see if for the third game in a row if he can have another one of those productive games if his minutes continue to rise.
Yeah, Pearson was somebody who I actually had really high hopes for coming into the season. He did have some really nice performances last year. And he's big, he can play point at 6'3". But, just coming off the bench here for Southeast so far, averaging 11 minutes a game. Has been fairly offensively productive, averaging 10.5 through the first 2, but Surprised, veteran with that kind of talent can't find more minutes.
Yeah,
but hey, when you're undefeated, you can only criticize so much.
Right, yeah, exactly. And you'd think that it would be Pearson and Turner being the starters at the guard positions, but D. Jackson's getting the start there, which for his defense, knowing what Bradley does.
A little bit of an ill-advised shot there from Miguez. You're going to see LaShawn Berry checking back into the game.
Definitely not the shot you want there for Jason Miguez. We're trying to do a little bit too much, down 10 now.
Ooh, nice drive from Pearson, but he couldn't get it to go. Trey Turner is on the bench now, so let's see if Gibson do anything with his counterpart, catching a breather.
Be careful, all the dribbling.
Out of bounds. Lonestar ball.
There's 4.3 left on the shot clock here for Lone Star, trailing by 10.
Gotta get a shot up here quickly. Get a screen, broke man in the corner perhaps over here.
Oh, Mork Thomas has it, but he gives it up, and it's going to be Meany, and it's going to be good.
Wow. That's not what I was expecting the shot clock winding down like that. But it worked out, so hey.
To get the extra pass, and maybe that bought just enough space for Meany to go to work. Once again, Terrell Pearson drives inside, and once again, he can't get the bucket to go, but foul called on Mork Thomas. Didn't like the call much, but going against the 6'16" Thomas actually averages or played 25 minutes in the first game for Lone Star, which was a team high.
Shooting 2.
Yeah, a ton of minutes, and he also is at the team high in assists, 5 and blocks. Him and my notes here, Mason Green.
Yeah.
Are tied for blocks. Team lead.
Number 42 on Lone Star, 6'11". Quieter night tonight than in the opener. No, second free throw won't go. 8-point lead now for Southeast, and Thomas brings it up. Oh, finds a teammate underneath, and it's Miguez who turns and scores. Nice move, nice pass.
Absolutely. He's all around there. I like what I've seen from Pearson so far on the court. I like that he's being aggressive and going to the basket and making something happen.
When Pearson has Gibson on him, he thinks he's too fast for him, and he is. He just hasn't been able to convert any of these attempts. He has gotten to the line, obviously.
But it's important, though, to continue to do that. So you can't get in your head about going to the basket and not getting those shots to fall. So what?
Great.
Keep going, keep attacking, because especially getting a player like Gibson into foul trouble gets him out the game.
Great play there from LaShawn Berry. Picked up the block, forced the violation. Oh! Jace Miguez showing you why he is the number 42 ranked 17-year-old in the country at the sport of basketball. 6'4", 200-pounder.
That is Marsh's secret weapon, Jason Miguez.
Well, the secret weapon, not so secret tonight. You've noticed him. Oh, nice block. Great block. D. Jackson.
There he is.
That's about him for an all-defense kind of team candidate. Showing you why, just 6'3", but don't bring it in on him.
Nah, he'll definitely take that thing and send it into the seats here.
Get to the second row. Well, there's Miguez set up in the corner, and he does get the inbound pass, and he's going to take it. Look at that, Chase Miguez.
Confident. Comeback here on our hands, Z.
Confident shooter. Has Lone Star.
Timeout.
And Southeast, Coach Bradley, there you see him, does indeed want to talk things over. And probably wants to get Trey Turner back in the game. That's just a guess, but I'll stick with it. We're going to take a very quick break. We got 1:22 to go in the first half when we return. Hey folks, we are back. Thanks for being with us. We appreciate it, by the way, here at SimWorld TV. And I want to remind everybody, if you want to get in the game, come join us on our SimWorld Discord. That is where the community, the chat, the controversy, probably other words that begin with C, all happen there on our Discord. And not every game that happens in the SimWorld universe is shown live on TV, but a special event when it is, and if you're a fan of Southeast or Lonestar or Philly or Gotham, who we saw earlier tonight, hope you enjoyed getting to see these guys play.
Always a good time calling these games and being here with you and all my other broadcast partners. There's been with you for that matter.
Always good to work with you too, B-Ron. D. Jackson has it now for Southeast, clinging to a 2-point lead. They've been up by double digits. Corner 3 won't go. But that's a loose ball foul called on Kadarius Stack.
Lonestar ball.
Effectively, it's a turnover.
Yeah. Shot didn't even happen.
Haven't talked much about Kadarius Stack tonight. He's 6'10", 210-pound, 16-year-old. Grabs that rebound there. He's averaging 10.5 points and 8 rebounds in the first games for Southeast. Largely neutralized by the Lonestar big men.
Yeah, but I think that for Stack, he really makes his mark on defense from what I've seen in both the preseason tournaments and in these games so far. Reminds me a lot of Snyder from the Originators.
Interesting comparison. I like it, B-Run. Ooh, thrown away there. Stack just got in the way of that one.
Yeah.
That big frame right in the path of that basketball. Now Gabe Pope. And Pope, I think, when he's out there without Turner, kind of takes over the Trey Turner role for this squad. Let's see what he can do with it. Oh, he dribbles nicely around the big man.
Oh, couldn't finish.
Mason Green did just enough to put him off that. Final seconds. He will not go, but it's a 2-point game. We have a ball game here in Memphis, folks. We also have halftime. We are going to take a short break. When we return, second half action, Southeast Select and Lonestar Basketball Club. Back in Memphis, second half just about to get underway. Southeast in possession of the ball and in possession of a tenuous 2-point lead. 15 shooting well under 50% in that first half. Defense been served up on a platter in both games tonight at different times, folks. So your basketball purists out there are loving it.
Yeah, it's been a fun game so far, especially this one. And the Stars have played I was expecting to in terms of leading their teams so far. Nene Gibson 10 points, Trey Turner 6. But Trey Turner efficient as always.
Missed there by Gibson. Nice rebound for Darius Stack. Pope gonna get it up quickly and put it in. Pretty little teardrop off the backboard.
Before the defense can get set, nicely done there by Gabe Pope.
And Derek Long, who's not a huge offensive threat, passes out of there. Miguez and Gibson, definitely the 1-2 punch for this team. And there is Miguez, but he can't finish.
Had a tough
Pope
layup
quickly
there.
brings it up the other way. Andre Baldridge has it, top of the key. Gives it back to Pope. And a three with the clock winding down.
What a shot. What a shot from Trey Pearson. Made that.
7-point advantage now. Lonestar yet to score. Nice drive.
Oh, man.
Vicious dunk. All that Stat can do is watch it go through. 5 points now.
You know,
notable, by the way.
Oh, go ahead.
Trey Turner.
I was just thinking the same thing I was.
Not out on the court to start the second half, so I'm not sure what that has to, or how that came about. Gabe Pope trying to kind of take his place here, but unable to do so. Interesting strategy. Now there's a bucket by Lonestar. Timeout called. 3-point game.
I'll be bringing him back in right now.
Maybe they're bringing him back in. Turner was still wearing his warm-up there on the sideline, though. We'll have to get some SimWorld Media insight or somebody in on this. I don't know if there was a locker room bust-up between Trey Turner and Coach Brad Lee, perhaps. Turner did not play, the last couple minutes of that second quarter, but I don't know that he could possibly be unhappy. Hold on, I am just getting some information now from my producer, Yells, producer on all these shows, that Trey Turner has a jammed finger. I'll work on it during halftime. He will be back. In fact, he is back out on the court now. It doesn't look like he's wearing anything on that hand. Had a jammed finger, so if we get any more info on that, we'll pass it along. But without Trey, Select able to maintain their lead. They have a 3-point advantage.
Yeah, but I think it would have lasted too much longer if he was not out there on the court.
If you're a Southeast fan, you definitely prefer Trey Turner to be out there than not at all times.
Yeah, but that's something to keep an eye on now. We know about the jammed finger for Turner. We'll see how that affects his shooting. That's what he does. That's what he does very well. We know he excels in that area of his game. So that's
tough leaner there. Tyrell Marr. He's had a few highlights tonight. 1-point ball game.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And Gabe Pope. Work Thomas locked up on him. Who has a size advantage over Thomas, but Thomas is a sticky defender. That's Turner who tries to take a tough one there. Surprised me he went up with that, to be honest. Couldn't get it to go. Wasn't a very Trey Turner shot or possession somehow. It just didn't feel Trey Turner.
No, it didn't feel like that. I definitely agree with you there. There's a foul now on Gabe Pope. First of the game.
Well, and you got to admire the bravery of Mork Thomas. He went in there with Pope, who's bigger than him, and a few other Southeast defenders, too.
Oh, yeah.
Comes out shooting free throws, the 16-year-old.
And I think, it's one of those things we talk about a lot, is being aggressive on the court and going after the defense when you have the ball in your hands, if you're able to. Because these kinds of things, the free throws, especially in a close game like this, are definitely going to help. And if you can get some of these players into foul trouble, again, foul trouble is not something to talk about a whole lot, but it has an impact on a game, even in 8-minute quarters we play here in SimWorld Hoops. You know, if you pick up 2-3 fouls early in the quarter, you might be sitting for a good chunk of time.
Well, Thomas makes both of his freebies and gives Lonestar a lead. First lead of the game. Team from Texas, and once again, Trey Turner can't hit. You're starting to hear some unhappy noise from the crowd.
Yeah, some slight boos.
Yeah, I think I actually heard some boos out there. Well, the crowd may not know that Trey's playing through an injury.
That's true.
Oh, the Spinderella,
Oh,
but
man.
the spin was nice. The Manasseh Warnick block was even nicer. Behind the back pass.
What a pass!
What a sequence.
I would get the crowd going again.
Sequence there. Jackson finishes the move off. We're going to take a quick break. You see Trey Turner going to the bench there. We'll see if we get more info on him during this timeout.
Well, we did it. We sealed the bad out and the good in. Take a second and look around you. Go ahead. We have everything we've always wanted. We'll want for nothing.
Excuse me. I really love it here.
Thank you.
We have all these beautiful avocados from Mexico, but where are the chips?
I'm sorry?
Oh, the chips. The chips are outside.
Why are they outside?
The chips are outside!
I want a Chris Elliott autograph. Hi.
Wait! Please, avocados taste great on lots of things. See? Avocado toast. We can still make this work.
Oh, Wi-Fi's down.
No.
Avocados from Mexico.
All right, folks, we are back once again on here in Tennessee. My first time in this new stadium. I know it's yours as well, B-Ron.
Yeah, my first time being here. It's a really nice facility, though. I'm digging it. I happened to see it the other day when Southeast was playing. It was Gulf Coast, I believe they were playing that game.
I think that's right.
It was Marsh and Rick Blaze on the call for that one, I believe.
Very slow. Trey Turner has the ball. Oh, gets his shot swatted. That is 4 straight misses now from Trey Turner, one way or the other. Yet another block. I mean, the interior defense, Lonestar, to a large degree, is what has brought them back to this point, as you see Jace McGuez getting ready to check back in here.
Absolutely. That interior defense, I spoke about it earlier, you know, it makes you second guess yourself somewhat about going inside and trying to force the issue, because you don't want to end up on a highlight reel.
Oh. Pearson gets the inbound and gets it out to Turner. He's going to step back and take that three. Yeah, you can tell he felt confident in the release of that one, the way he kind of jumped while it was even still in the air. Did a little celebration almost. Oh, the Spinderella. Yes. No damage done, however. Tyrell Marr finds some room underneath around Turner, but his shot rolls off the rim.
That's a tough shot, though. Try to get that thing to go with all that pressure there. That's difficult.
A good look at the three on transition, but it wouldn't go. Nice move by Miguez to create space for himself, but the jumper won't fall. Barry with the offensive rebound. Second chance, can't turn into points, however. Back up the other way, Southeast.
Trey was calling for it in the corner.
Yeah, he wanted that shot in the corner. They didn't find him. It's planted back out there. Let's see. No, Pearson's going to try to make it happen on his own, but nothing doing, and Derek Long cleans it up, sends it up the other way. Nice pass from Marr.
Hey,
look at
nice
that. Yardley able to score. Tie game. Under 2 minutes to go, third quarter.
Defenses have really clamped down here for the end of the quarter. And, you know, that's been one of the reasons why, I think you said earlier, one of the reasons why Lone Star is able to cut in this lead and now tie it up again.
Oof. 2 missed shots there at Sissette from Terrell Pearson. And at the end of the second one, he ends up ignominiously dumped on the floor. Some Subs coming in the game now. You're going to see Nene Gibson checking back in. Tough night for Pearson. Tough night also for number 13 in white out there, Shake Travis. Both players missed more than a handful of shots.
Yeah, they've had a few moments in the game for sure, but definitely not what you'd expect.
Not getting the efficiency out of Travis and Pearson. There's a nice move by Trey Turner. Really hard to contain Trey Turner. Inside game, outside game, mid-range game, good defender.
Hey!
Wow. LaShawn Berry.
I even have to tell you that was LaShawn Berry collecting that alley-oop. Only 6'6", but something of a beast down there in the paint, folks. And Terrell Pearson. Now there's the way to get your shooting average up a little bit.
Absolutely.
Couldn't look from 2
easy
feet.
to get them done like that.
Under a minute now, third quarter.
Bad
Oh,
screen.
a little screen call, and that is the third foul. And Derek Long, starting postman for this Lone Star team, an important part of what they do. There you see Mason Green out there now. Green normally plays kind of at a power forward, traditional 4 position with Long at the same time out on the court. But, to watch that foul trouble too.
Right now has to
Long
play
still
that
out
role.
there and cleans up that rebound. Oh, no hesitation from Nene on that 3.
Absolutely not. Can't
Gibson.
hesitate on that one. You gotta take those wide open, and you gotta make those. Nene did just that. Pace picking up here as we end the third quarter, and another lead here for Lone Star.
It is. Well, Trey manages to shake free to Nene, but he can't get the shot to go. And Shake Travis can't come up with the offensive board. Miguez got a nice look here. Ooh. Little too strong. Oh, look at him. He's frustrated with that. He thought he had it. But instead, we got a 1-point game with just 8 minutes to go. Just the breaks, and we're right back here in Memphis. All right, 8 minutes to go here. Barn burner. Looks like it might be the last team to score wins it the way we're going here. 46-45 right now. Lone Star advantage, and Jace Miguez extends that to 3.
What a start. What a start to the quarter. Jace Miguez attacking the basket. You love to see it. This is one of those games where, again, come down to the wire, I believe.
Strong move there, but ends in a foul. And send Shake Travis to the line.
That was an offensive foul.
Oh, they call that offensive?
Jalen West, yeah.
I didn't see that move. Oh, interesting. Well, right back to Southeast. Now Shake Travis has it. Foul. Make me a savant. Come on. No, didn't happen there. But ooh, instead dribbling inside and taking a tough shot. This is West. Can't get it to go. Second chance. No good for Southeast. Gibson has it.
Yeah, they have 3
Jace
players in
Miguez.
double figures.
Miguez had made that 6-point lead for Lone Star. Would have been something. Instead, second effort won't go, but look at Warwick. Third chance, nothing. And instead, it's cleaned up by Mason Green.
That's tough, man. You gotta at least get one of those to fall, and you get 3 chances at it and have nothing to show for it. That's frustrating.
Well, it's an opportunity for Lone Star. Oh, Derek Long wide open inside, and he's able to finish.
First to 50.
Long had 16 points in their opener. He can fill it up. Hasn't been a huge part of the offense tonight for Lone Star Basketball Club. Clutch one there. 6 minutes remaining.
And now you have to wonder, because again, we're here in the 4th quarter. Southeast is down. It's only 5 points, but as we talked about earlier at the top of the broadcast feed, can Trey Turner and this Southeast Select team heat up here in the 4th when they're needed the most and when he's needed the most? We know he has a James finger issue, so is it him or someone else? Who's it gonna be?
Sticky defense here from Shake Travis.
Oh.
Almost twice came up with the steal.
Timeout.
He has harassed Work Thomas to the point where there's just 6 seconds left on the shot clock for Lone Star this possession, and what's happened? It's Thomas trying desperately to shake free of Travis. Now, shows you what a matchup problem Shake Travis is, and even when he's having an off offensive night, and that would definitely describe this evening. 6'7" wing player who can get out there and guard your point guard like that. Your 6 foot quick point guard. That's a problem.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a lockdown defense right there from Shake Travis. Nobody was shaking away from him for sure. Now you gotta get a shot up quick. You got 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Now 1.
Miguez is gonna step back, try a 3,
oh
and
my
bury it.
goodness. Jace Miguez. Wow.
That is Jace Miguez for you. It is also an avid and good golfer, if you can believe that, Jace Miguez. But maybe stick to basketball. And oh my, answer on the other end from Gabe Pope.
And he got it.
Avoided
over.
a swarm of Lone Star arms to put that ball in the bucket. I do not know.
The sea of arms, man. I don't know how he got that one over the defenders, but he did it. And won.
Foul's going to go on Stack there. Southeast big man.
And Coach Lee not too happy about that one.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And going to the line. Wants to extend the lead. He gets the first to go, Derek Long.
And coming into the game, he was perfect on his free throw, so it's a good sign.
Long is not ranked. Having another pretty decent night tonight. Good opener. See how long that situation remains.
You know, I'm surprised he's not ranked. I really am. I feel like he might be getting snubbed there in the 17-year-old age category. I know there's a lot of talented players in the 17-year-old age group, but I feel like their long should be ranked in there somewhere.
Shot clock winding down on this possession. Long 3 rattles out, and Pope is not able to come up with the rebound. Up the other way. It's Lone Star quickly with Thomas setting things up.
I think Pope jumped a little too early there on the rebound attempt.
Gibson tried to score over 2 defenders there, came close, but couldn't quite get it to go.
Into the point where this lead is starting to get a little bit into the danger territory for Southeast Select. It's almost at 10.
Trey Turner. That's the thing. Where is Trey Turner? He is not out there right now, and we are under the 4-minute mark of the 4th quarter. A 7-point deficit. I'm sure Coach Lee is gonna bring him right back in, but you might even have to call a timeout here just to reinsert him in this game.
Yeah, exactly. With the way the
Particularly if Tyrell Marr is going to chuck a 3 in and give Lone Star a 10-point lead.
Coach Adkins was having a fit when he saw that shot go up, and then it went in.
There's a little bit of payback. Kadarius Stack Jr. Pulls it down, but all the same. Tick, tick. I'm running off the clock, and Trey Turner sitting in a chair.
Yeah. Ooh! Nene! Oh!
Nene Gibson. Producer Roniel, I need you to mark that E45 point in the fourth quarter, please. Oh, we got a timeout. Perfect. You can write it right down. We need that highlight. Nene Gibson.
Man, oh man.
Took up his defender on his way to a thunderous dunk. And maybe more importantly, on his way to a victory here, is Lone Star, Biron. Is Biron Stradamus back? Is this happening?
Hey man, maybe. Maybe. We still got time left. I'm not ready to say it yet, but maybe.
All right. All right, well.
Just know that if you know, you want to hear about it. You're going to hear about it.
Well, you don't want to get too carried away with anything early in the season. Made that point during the first game in our broadcast tonight. But all the same, win over Southeast in Memphis would be a nice kind of, benchmark victory for Lone Star and for our player of the game, Nene Gibson.
Yeah, he's done a bit of everything tonight. Really fun to watch him go to work. Especially in a matchup between him and Trey Turner, two of the top guards in the nation here. That's what you want to see, and it's paid off for Nene.
Trey is back out there, being guarded by Nene. Gabe Pope as well for Southeast, and he has it. Picks up a screen from Stack, gives it back to him, and Stack lays it up and in.
Great job there. Great teamwork on the two-man
nice little
game.
1-2 right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pressure coming now from Southeast.
Timeout, timeout.
They've both done that all game.
Lonestar.
I love that.
For a second, I thought when that whistle blew that Thomas might have gone an over and back, but timeout called by Lone Star instead. Just a quick one, 1 minute, as you can see on your screen, and just 2:36 left to go in this one. It's an 8-point margin. The road team from Texas. And for Lone Star coach Evan Adkins in his first year, this would be a signature victory if he can hold on to it.
Definitely think so. Again, all the talk coming into the game about this Southeast team and how they're being a fourth quarter team to begin the year, and how long can you keep that up? With the injury to Trey Turner with the jammed finger, that's been a talking point since he found out about it. So that could also be playing a part as to why he's not in the game as much, perhaps, down the stretch here.
Oh, tough break there for Lone Star. Long just didn't get that freebie to go. But no damage done. Closing in on the 2-minute mark, and we're deep in the heart of that fourth quarter that Southeast usually owns. And if it's going to happen, it's got to happen now. 120 seconds remain.
They're in that now or never mode. Let's see if with your under 2 minutes left.
A shot from Gibson, but he
not gonna help.
Just sticks it. 1-point margin. Trey has it. I think you need a quick shot here.
It's got to go in. For Trey's confidence, the shot has to go in.
Clean look. Nailed it. He knew it. Oh. Excellent celebration as well. Maybe inappropriate given the scoreboard.
Maybe, but you know what? I would not have anything less from Trey Turner. He's a very confident kid in his ability. Some would say to the point of cockiness, but when you can back it up on the court, I feel like at some point you deserve that. But he has to get a stop here on the other end.
Well, he managed to get one there. Forced Nene Gibson to take a tough three, and Nene couldn't quite get it to land. Up on a minute. It is a 7-point margin. Ooh, yeah, he is going to take it. Can't get it to go. That would have been huge from D. Jackson if he could have got that shot down.
Jackson had Stack open in the paint. So didn't see him and took a tougher shot.
Timeout.
Exclamation point there, maybe, from Tyrell Moore.
Timeout, Southeast.
6'4" wing. Climbs the ladder to throw it down. Give Lone Star a 9-point lead with just 51.3 remaining for Southeast to try to hit this ship.
Yeah, they have to figure out something. I don't know if it's too little too late with 51 seconds left, but they're going to need a lot of three-pointers. Me and Paul were talking about it last night, and how, with the way the game is now, you calculate everything by threes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's just 3-pointers. It's fine. You can do that. And, when you put it that way, man.
Well, it all starts here. Trey gets a good look.
Oh, he got it.
That's just a 2, however. 2-point shot. 2-point shot. He's inside the line. Well, I'm really surprised Southeast doesn't come up with a foul here.
Yeah.
They just let them walk that ball up. That surprises me. You just take the time off.
That's with the way Gabe Copeland's been playing on the defensive end, especially. He's been picking them up as they cross half court pretty much the majority of the game. So to not see it happen on now during crunch time is surprising.
Lone Star gave him a little bit of a break right there, too. Took a shot kind of early, missed it. Oh, D. Jackson again can't hit.
Now you got to consider fouling, but maybe not. No.
Maybe it's just surrendering on the part. Southeast.
Yeah.
Nini's going to dribble this thing out, and he's going to go back to Texas a winner. Something of an upset tonight, folks. Not a lot of people picked Lone Star other than my man B-Ron, but B-Ron Stradamus is back, and he was right because Lone Star is now the undefeated club. 2-0. 2-0. Southeast falls to 2-1. Hey, we're back on Saturday, by the way. We got SimWorld Europe versus the Originators early on Saturday, so tune in for that. It's been great having you here. For E-Lava, my broadcast partner B-Ron, and our producer Yells. Appreciate you, and have a good night, folks.